Welcome to It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast that empowers you to navigate midlife with confidence through real talk, root cause insights, and no BS strategies that actually work. If you're dealing with fatigue, stubborn weight, brain fog, or just feeling off and overlooked, this show is for you. Discover what's really going on with your hormones and why it's not just about estrogen. Each episode breaks down what your doctor didn't explain, the internet got wrong, and what your body's been trying to tell you all along. From stress and metabolism to nervous system support and functional nutrition, we'll cover the tools that help you feel more like yourself, again, without restrictive diets, overwhelming plans, or hormone hype. I'm your host, Cindi, functional nutrition practitioner and certified menopause specialist. I'm here to guide you through the midlife noise so you can stop guessing, get the clarity you deserve, and finally take back control of your health. If you've ever felt dismissed, overwhelmed, or like your body just isn't responding the way it used to, you're in the right place. Let's rewrite the menopause story without the fluff. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of It's Not Just Menopause. Today I'm going to be talking about why it's more than just hormones. Okay, a lot of women think it's hormones, but let me know if this is you. If you're waking up exhausted, even after what should have been a decent night's sleep. If you feel like your patience is thinner than it used to be and things set you off. And if coffee feels less like a choice and more like a requirement just to function, then this episode is for you. If you've been quietly thinking, I've tried everything, why does it still feel like nothing's working? I want to start by saying this super clearly, right? Nothing is wrong with you, and you're not failing menopause or perimenopause. What's happening is that your body's responding to this stage of life exactly the way a midlife body does. And no one ever explained how much the rules change. And that's why I focus more on than just the symptoms, because the symptoms are a result of something going on deeper, the root cause. Okay, so I've called my I focus on It's Just Not Hormones. That's my program name. Because if hormones were the only issue, tracking food harder, lifting heavier, or finding the perfect supplement would have fixed this by now. But for so many women, it hasn't. So most of the women I work with don't come to me at the beginning of menopause. They come after years of effort. They've tracked their food, cleaned up their diet, cut sugar, gluten, dairy, alcohol, sometimes all of it. I personally remove gluten and dairy for like my thyroid. Dairy, my stomach doesn't like it, and gluten for my thyroid, and it's also an inflammatory food. So I'm not on a trend, right? That's my lifestyle. Some women have lifted weights because that's what they were told would fix it. Added magnesium, collagen, adaptogens. You're probably adding the wrong collagen. I have a really good liquid collagen that works way better than powders. And they tried to be better about stress. But on paper, it looks like they're doing everything right. And yet they're still exhausted before the day even starts, skipping meals and suddenly ravenous, bloated in ways that don't make sense, foggy and irritable, running on caffeine and sheer willpower. And that's the part that really messes with your head. I've lived it. There are days that I'm still living it. Because effort is not the issue. Consistency is not the issue. And commitment is definitely not the issue. So women start wondering, why isn't my body responding anymore? And so why aren't they the whole story? Well, we know that hormones change in perimenopause and menopause. And in fact, they dwindle and they disappear. So they don't just change, they go away. But what often gets missed is that your stress response changes too. Before we get back to today's episode, I've got a quick question for you. Feel like your body's in chaos, but your labs are normal? You're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. If you've been told it's just menopause or to wait it out, it's time for real answers. Take my free quiz, What's Really Driving Your Menopause Symptoms. In under 2 minutes, you'll uncover your top hidden stressor and get my free guide, The Menopause Stress Fix, sent straight to your inbox. Head to cindystickle.com/quiz or click the link in the show notes. If you're doing everything right but still feel like a mess, this quiz is your next step. All right, let's get back to today's episode. So your body becomes more sensitive to skipped meals, underfueling, like eating 1,200 calories for decades. That's the worst thing. You've just messed up your metabolism. Poor sleep, constant stimulation, pushing through exhaustion. Things that used to feel neutral now feel like pressure. And when your body feels pressure long enough, it shifts into protection mode. I talk about this all the time. If you've been with me long enough, you know, fight or flight. That is when your body is protecting it from dying. Okay. It sees stress as dying, even though it's not, but your body doesn't know any different. And that's when we see the energy that never fully recovers, moods that feel out of character, dependence on coffee just to feel normal, resistance to weight loss, sleep that looks fine on paper but doesn't feel restorative. This isn't a failure of discipline. Okay. It's not because you didn't find the right plan. It's because your body no longer responds well to force. Like you're forcing it to do things that don't work for it anymore. Okay. So when the system feels overwhelmed, it doesn't respond to fixes. It resists them. Okay. So it definitely resists any change. So this is where a lot of women get stuck. They're told to fix the symptoms, sleep better, lose weight, calm down, have more energy. Right? So we try harder, right? We restrict more. We push workouts. We override fatigue. We tell ourselves to be grateful and positive. And instead of improving, we feel worse. That's when women start saying things like, my body is working against me. Like no matter what you do, your body's just got a mind of its own, right? It is working against me. That's what we say. Nothing works anymore. Or I must be doing something wrong. I know I've had those thoughts and even more recently because your hormones fluctuate. I'm on bioidentical hormones. Things happen. You know, the holidays were here. And so I still think those thoughts. But our body isn't sabotaging us. Okay. It's trying to keep us safe with the resources it has. And until the underlying strain is addressed, symptom-focused solutions won't stick. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something instead of going to the root cause. And that's why so many women say, I've tried everything. They've tried everything except starting in the right place. Okay, so here's the most important takeaway that I want you to hear today. Menopause doesn't respond to effort, like I said. You're already putting in the effort you need. In fact, too much effort backfires. It responds to order. Okay? There's a step that has to come first now. And if it's missing, everything else feels uphill. So when the step is skipped, women stay stuck. They're waking up exhausted, snapping at the people they love, relying on their coffee just to function, feeling like their body won't cooperate no matter what they do. But when the system feels supported in the right way, the body starts responding again. Energy stabilizes, reactivity softens, sleep improves, and effort stops feeling so draining. And this isn't about doing less forever. It's about doing the right things in the right sequence for your body now. And this is exactly why I created my free workshop. It's not just hormones. It's got a really, really, really long title to it. That I will read to you, but it's because it's so much deeper than hormones. A lot of people say, "Oh, you got to regulate your hormones." You can't regulate your hormones because they were never like regulated. They're always up and down. You need to optimize them. Okay, so the workshop is called "It's Not Just Hormones: Why Nothing's Working in Menopause, and the 3 Things You Need Now to Stop Waking Up Exhausted, Arguing with Your Partner, and Relying on Coffee Just to Function even if you think you've tried everything. Okay, and remember, I've been there with you. I'm still there now. Okay, and I created it because so many women are blaming themselves when nothing's working, when the real issue is that no one ever told them where to start. And in the workshop, I'll walk you through why your body hasn't been responding, what's actually driving the exhaustion, irritability, and your coffee dependence. Not that coffee's a bad thing, but using it to stay awake means there's something else going on. And the 3 things your body needs now if you want anything else to work again. Okay? And it's not more protocols, it's not more pushing, but clarity and a foundation that finally makes sense. So if this episode feels like it's describing your life right now, you are not alone. Okay? And you are not behind, and you're not doing anything wrong. Okay? You've just been missing a step no one ever taught you. So if you just take one thing from today, let it be this. It's not just hormones, and it's not your fault. Your body is responding exactly the way a midlife body responds under pressure. And when you stop fighting that and start working with it, everything begins to shift, and not overnight, but steadily. There are no quick fixes, unfortunately, right? Okay. And we keep building it from here. So the link to get on, it starts a week from today. This episode is dropping on Monday, January 5th, and my workshop is Monday, January 12th. I'm offering it at 2 times, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Central Time. There will be recordings, obviously, so sign up even if you can't make it, because then you'll get the recording later on. But try and be live, because you just take away so much more. But yes, the link will be in the show notes. And Happy New Year. We are now in 2026. And I will be in your headphones next week. Thank you for tuning into It's Not Just Menopause. I hope today's episode gave you real clarity about what's actually going on in your body and reminded you that it's not just your hormones, and it's definitely not your fault. If you found value in this conversation, make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Cindi Stickle Nutrition, or head to cindystickle.com for more resources and personalized support on your menopause and midlife health journey. Until next time, keep questioning what you've been told and trust that your body is not broken. You just need the truth and the tools that actually work.